At my last count, I think you and I have been nearly married 2 or 3 times on screen, but it's never happened. Okay,
Make this happen, Eric.
we have to make this happen. I think we're up to at least 3.
So, Eric.
Hi there, Naomi. How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
Very good to see you. I was very excited when they asked me to do this, to get a chance to catch up.
I hear that The Dry is #1 in the box office.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. It really is. I mean, I guess it's what you sort of really hope for, when you set about the journey, but you don't think it's really going to be a reality. And so when it happens, and for it to happen with an Australian film, that it just feels like the public's just taken it under their wing and sort of run with it. So it just feels amazing. Yeah.
So great. So great. Yeah. I mean, I'm so jealous that there's cinemas are even open to be able to have that experience and enjoy the collective experience with an audience. It's wonderful. And like you say, the fact that it's an Australian film that you shot there, it's so wonderful.
And I think it's just been a bit of a perfect storm. We were meant to come out a couple times during the year and sort of held off, and we've just landed in the most fortuitous place where we're not up against a million American blockbusters, and there's a bit of fresh air, and Australians seem to be just dying to get back to that experience. So we've really benefited, and I'm hoping we can handball onto you, and you guys can have the same sort of experience. Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, let's hope we get the same luck. We open next week, and I'm excited for the same reasons as you. Just having got the chance to go back to Australia and work there with 2 of my greatest friends producing the film and telling this beautiful story about an Australian family and how they go through something quite tragic and awful, and how they're managed to repair the wounds, at least psychologically speaking. Sam is just a wonderful character to have played, and I got so close to her through the course of filming and the lead up to it. So I just hope this story, which is really about hope and resilience and family unity, I hope that it is received well in the cinemas too.
I'm sure it will. It ticks so many boxes. It's such a beautiful story. Did you know about this just kind of widely because it was such a Northern Beaches story, or was it Bruna who brought the book to you? How did that come about?
Well, actually, because I left Australia, unlike you, I left and hadn't lived there for many years. So it was there somewhere in my distant memory, but I wasn't super close to it. And I just remember reading the book on a Sunday morning in bed with the kiddos, and just being completely drawn in by these powerful images of this bird and this and the kids doing these bizarre things and super cute. And my kids would, like, oh, this is so sweet. They were drawn into, and then we went back and read the book cover to cover, and I just was struck by how powerful this story was about how they came together and repaired themselves. And I instantly felt that it had cinematic potential because of the magic of this bird that it brought into the family, and the healing. And
that beautiful photographic work of Sam's husband, is it Cameron, who did all the photography? What a beautiful record that was.
Cameron Bloom. They're a really wonderful family. And now The Dry, you have a spectacular cast. Some of the cast are first-time players as well, I hear.
A lot of the young cast. Which is
one
always.
Of them I know.
Which one?
Phoebe Betancourt.
Of course. Right.
Her mum and I are great friends.
Yeah. No, BB did a fantastic job, and as you know, when you get young actors on a set, I don't know about you, I find it so exciting, and I'm as excited about what they don't know as I am about what they're about to do, and I always find that it's very energizing. I remember the last Australian film I did was Romulus, My Father, and young Cody Schmidt-McPhee, who was just the most delightful young kid, and just watching him adapt to filming and the set and how they progress. I didn't have because the storyline, physical scenes with the young cast, but got to see their work and see them all through the edit and so forth and in rehearsal. But yeah, I love it. I love that energy and that sort of naivety that comes with the young actors and watching their progress, and particularly, then just watching their careers as to what happens next and so I'm sure you've had a similar experience.
Yeah, I mean, with kids, working with kids all the time, you're just blown away by how they naturally just fall into it, and yeah, certainly on this film, on Penguin Bloom, we had 3 gorgeous little kids that had never acted before, and they were just, Glendon actually empowered them with improvisation the whole time as much as possible, which was great because it sort of just added to the chaos, that the family playing family scenes one after the other, and just having each other talk all over each other, and just making it as truthful as possible.
That's always a good feeling, isn't it? Because I really think it comes down to the director in that instance, and obviously with Glendon, he was super relaxed with that as an idea, as a concept. And I always feel like it's so relaxing for you as the adult actor when that's embraced and they've kind of like they've got that under control. And
yes. And then there's always that added help that you're using your own accent for improvisation. So it's not so bad, is it?
Oh, let's talk about that. I've always felt that there should be like a 20% penalty reduction on any actor going for an award who is not having to do an accent.
Oh my God. How do you go with the accent? I find it still, no matter how much practice I've had, it's so hard.
I feel mixed about it. I mean, I yearn to be able to talk in my own accent.
Yeah.
But I've just been beaten with the stick for so many years that you don't know any difference. So every time I go to work, part of that process becomes about getting back into that space. And because I live here, it's like I have to work at it in advance, and then sort of I have this kind of like schedule that I work up towards, right? Yeah. But it is so relaxing. I found it so relaxing. The thing that annoys me the most about it, I've got to say, is that the overall frustration that supposedly there are no Australians in the world in cinema.
Right.
Like I remember reading
written up about, and yeah, like you meet Australians everywhere now. Do you have an Australian film that especially impacted you as a actor, that tapped into some of your youthful memories? Or
Mad Max, Naomi, for me.
Oh yeah.
And it was a huge combination of factors, and I think a lot of it was just timing. I was Mad Max, the first one came out in 1977, I think, so I was 9 years old, so I probably didn't see it till I was about 10. Young boy in suburban Melbourne who loved cars, like that was just too much. That was just the most incredible impact, I think.
What about filmmakers, directors, Australian directors?
Yeah, I mean, I think Peter Weir really.
Yes, I was just going to say.
Yeah, really incredible. But obviously, what Kennedy Miller did was just, unbelievable. Yeah. How about you?
Picnic in Hanging Rock. That's definitely something that I remember having a huge effect on me. And Peter Weir also, Walkabout.
Amazing.
Yeah, great filmmakers from Australia, and so many new ones as well coming up that I want to work with.
Yeah, it's hard to sort of keep track of everyone, and all their journeys are really interesting too. And sometimes I wonder, are we more likely to work with them in Australia, or are we more likely to work with them once they're kind of on the juggernaut in the American system? It's really interesting. So Naomi, without giving anything away to the audience, and full respect to all of our previous co-stars, at my last count, I think you and I have been nearly married 2 or 3 times on screen, but it's never happened. Okay,
make this happen, Eric.
We have to make this happen. I think we're up to at least 3. So I don't know how this hasn't happened, but I'm not getting any younger. And so if it's going to happen on screen, Naomi, it has to change now.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna make sure it happens. We have to do that. We have to put a marriage or something up there on screen.
Yeah, I can't believe we haven't worked together. I've been wanting to work with you for forever. So fingers crossed. Yeah.
All right.
Well, good luck. Good luck with the film.
Thank you. And hope that yours continues on in the cinemas, thriving. It's so great.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Look forward to seeing you in the flesh.
All right. Take care.
See you, Naomi.
Okay. Bye.
So you've heard some stories about me.
Tell me your secrets.
You think you're going to get the truth in a town like this?
Go! Good boy!
Whatever made you think you could change who you are?
It was time to have a black company in Australia.
I'm here.